fáilte romh ag Casa della Cultura Irlandese, aras ag se éireann. Aras nua de cultúr na hÉireann I gríolar chathair na Róimhe. Iniu tógfar an céad céim I drá learannet le haidh alainne na hÉireann a cúpla seo sa Róimh. Dosach bara is ar líne a bheith learannet ag feimú, ach in an-trá, tuigimid le céile an aras nua. Is ácaid ansúntasa é seo, is tá fíor bhrádáirin a bheith páirteach I monu Casa della Cultura Irlandese, at sa chóirí deisúin héin agus dar garde san na dail, chud de haimhre sa sainiúil cultúrtha na hÉireann a bhlasú ar bhain réalta. Is ar líne táid fi láthair, ach in an-trá, táid ag súil de fáilte chur ruamhaigh ag an casa an seo sa Róimh.
Per celebrare il lancio di questa iniziativa abbiamo preparato un programma di musica, canzoni, film, prosa e poesia e vi invitiamo ad unirvi a noi per sperimentare e condividere la bellezza che l'arte irlandese può portare nelle nostre vite.
La cultura irlandese è profondamente amata in tutto il mondo e ha stretto legame permanente con città e paesi di tutti I continenti, anche contribuendo alle culture locali attraverso un continuo processo di integrazione. A Glendor Orin come Sedera Hirhal Aristargoid Hienogi, una casa, Joyce in a mé dabbled a curú a horch, ag Sean Carja agus Carja Nua, Ernie, Italy agus Pédinne Ella, le bheith páirte nu.
Le Joyce agin anok, esto le Kyotori shunta na herin, a churi laher e Kyotori le unu na hidore. Agus bekuri laher agin fosta, o ashteri agus olukt lein, le unu na herin agus na hidore.
A Casa della Cultura Irlandese an ód margheall an ís a bhí a grúpa daoine agus an cóthúil atá acu in alainne na hÉireann. Ba é Dara Higgins an Dara Rooney san ambassad, an duine a sppraig an teacht le chéile seo sa cédul sios. Agus do bhfar an taceocht fial a thug ambassad na hÉireann dúin, go bhfuid abalta an ocaid seo a bheith agin anach.
Vogliamo anche ringraziare tutti coloro che ci hanno aiutato con I più svariati contributi, perché ogni sforzo, grande o piccolo, è stato sinceramente apprezzato.
Mar sin, bígilinn agus cuaig I regáirte ar an eolas cumáid in bhéide tabartí agin.
Restate in contatto seguendoci online e speriamo di vedervi presto qui, a Roma. E cosa più importante, buoni risultati.
Buon divertimento!
Io sono a Roma da 35 anni, ma la musica irlandese ho iniziato solo 22 anni fa. È stato un puro caso, perché qualcuno mi ha sentito suonare il violino passando sotto la mia finestra e mi ha indicato di andare in un pub che si chiama Forking Fields. E lì io ho incontrato tutte le persone che volevo io, che facevano la stessa cosa strana che facevo io.
Vengo da Catania e sto qui a Roma ormai da 5 anni e sono venuto principalmente perché dopo l'esperienza in Irlanda, io ho vissuto a Belfast, volevo un posto in Italia dove ci fossero session, insomma, dove si potesse andare quasi ogni giorno al pub a fare le session e ho pensato Roma mi sembra un'ottima idea e quindi qui è un po' come se avessi la mia famiglia irlandese, italiana irlandese, delle session.
Hello, my name is Colm O'Flynn and I'm the Ambassador of Ireland to Italy. I'm delighted to be contributing to this online launch of the Casa della Cultura Irlandese. Ambassade na hÉireann sa Róimh, the Embassy of Ireland in Rome, is supporting this initiative, and I'm confident that it has great potential to help to expand the reach of Irish culture in Rome and throughout Italy in the years ahead. The past year has been very difficult for us all, and perhaps particularly so for artists and performers. I want therefore to thank warmly those performers who are contributing to this wonderful video this evening. I also want to thank all those whose hard work has brought this initiative to fruition. Go raibh míle maith agaibh go léir. Grazie a tutti. Agus guim gach rá ar an obair seo.
Hello everybody, I'm Matt Malloy. I play with the Chieftains, I play the flute, and I'd just like to wish everybody involved congratulations on the formation of the Irish Cultural Institute in Italy, and I hope to see you all at some stage in the future when all of this madness is over with this COVID thing. So I'd like to do what I do best, and that's play a few tunes. I'll play one tune. I'll play a little air called A Lovely Sweet Banks of the Moray.
I'm very glad to be involved in the Casa della Cultura Irlandese. We're here at the Fontanone, one of the greatest spots of Rome, so you can probably hear the meeting of the waters. I am a literary translator. I am mainly a translator of James Joyce, the works of James Joyce. And I'm going to read a couple of poems by him that he wrote in Italy. Joyce moved to Italy pretty early in his life. He moved to Trieste, which wasn't part of Italy back then. It belonged to the Austrian Empire, but the majority of the population of Trieste were were Italians, and they and some of them were really were kind of ready to fight to be reunited with Italy. Joyce knew this very well, and his critical writings from Trieste show that he took an interest in their cause, and he wrote about the Irish cause, creating many similarities between the political situation of Trieste and the political situation in Ireland. I chose two poems that he wrote there in Trieste in 1913 and 1914. The first one would be about a story that many readers of Joyce are familiar with, this story that we are told in The Dead, the final short story of Dubliners that he wrote in Trieste, but it was here in Rome that he had the idea of writing The Dead. So this poem is about the love between Nora Joyce, actually Nora Barnacle, and this guy from Galway who died before she met Joyce. And the poem is called She Weeps Over Rahun, Rahun being the cemetery where this guy is buried. And the second one has an Italian title, and it refers to an opera by Bellini. Not the cocktail, Bellini, Vincenzo Bellini, the musician, and the opera is La Sonnambula. So I'm going to read them in English, and then in translation by Francesca Romana Pace. She weeps over Rahun. Rain on Rahun falls softly, softly falling, when my dark lover lies. Sad is his voice that calls me, sadly calling at grey moonrise. Love, hear thou how soft, how sad his voice is ever calling, ever unanswered, and the dark rain falling then as now. Dark too our hearts, O love, shall lie, and cold as his sad heart has lain under the moon-grey nettles, the black mold and muttering rain. Lei piange su Rahun. La pioggia su Rahun cade lieve, lieve cade dove il mio oscuro amante giace. Triste la sua voce che mi chiama, triste chiama nella grigia alba lunare. Amore, lo senti tu, come lieve, come triste la voce ancora chiama, senza risposta ancora, e oscura la pioggia cadeva, allora come ora. Oscuri anche i nostri cuori, amore, giaceranno, e freddi come il suo cuore triste da allora giace, sotto le ortiche grigio luna, il mucchio di terra nera e i sussurri di pioggia. Second poem is entitled Tutto è sciolto. Tutto è sciolto. A birdless heaven, sea dusk, one lone star piercing the west, as thou, fond heart, love's time so faint, so far, rememberest. The clear young eyes, soft look, the candid brow, the fragrant hair, falling as through the silence falleth now, dusk of the air. Why then, remembering those shy, sweet lures, repine, when the dear love she yielded with a sigh was all but thine? Tutto è sciolto. Un cielo senza uccelli, mare scuro, una sola stella trafigge l'Occidente, e tu, cuore stolto, il tempo dell'amore così tenue, lontano ricordi, lo sguardo tenero di giovani occhi chiari, la fronte candida, la chioma fragrante, cadente, come dentro il silenzio ora cade l'oscurità dell'aria, perché allora, mentre ricordi quelle dolci, timide lusinghe, provare pena, se il caro amore che concedeva in un sospiro tutt'altro era che tuo.
Hi everybody, this is John McCourt speaking to you from Rome, and delighted to be hearing the news of the founding here in the city of an Irish cultural centre, which I think has the potential to become an important meeting point for all of us who are interested in the understanding and promotion of Irish culture, and of Irish culture particularly in Italy. And as we know, there are multiple connections between the two countries in the cultural sphere. And so I think it's great news, and I compliment all of those who have been involved so far in putting it together, and I look forward very much to being involved in the early months, and indeed in the coming years, and take this opportunity to wish everyone a very happy new year, a simpler new year, I hope, than the year that we're just saying goodbye to. And so happy 2021 and all the very best to the Irish Cultural Centre here in Rome. Thank you.
Hi, Pat Short here, wishing you the very best of luck with establishing the new Irish Cultural Centre in Rome. Irish cultural centres all over the world, whether they be in large cities or small towns, make a huge contribution to the city and the culture of the area and representing Irish culture. So it's a wonderful contribution to Rome and it's going to be amazing. And I really want to wish you the very, very best of luck with the opening of the centre.
How pleasant in winter to sit by the hob, just listening to the barks and the howls of a dog, or in summer to wander the valleys through, or to pluck the wild flowers in the May morning dew. Oh, summer is coming, oh, summer.
Io mi sono avvicinata alla musica irlandese grazie principalmente a una band e a una persona. La band sono i Birkin Tree, che sono la più longeva forse band di musica irlandese in Italia, esiste già dagli anni '80. E così una sera di 10 anni fa mi sono ritrovata un po' per caso a un loro concerto e ho avuto proprio una specie di rivelazione. Ho pensato, ecco, io voglio fare questa musica. E poi da cosa nasce cosa e adesso sono 8 anni che canto con questa band.
Now the house I was born in is but a stone on a stone.
E la persona invece che mi ha un po' guidato e un po' fatto da mentore in questa musica, quando mi stavo iniziando ad avvicinare, è stata Dario Gisotti, che è un piper di Genova. Grazie a lui esiste adesso a Genova una piccola comunità molto unita di musicisti che organizzano session e a cui spesso partecipano anche persone dalle regioni vicine e speriamo presto di poter tornare a suonare insieme.
God be with the old folks who are now dead and gone, and likewise my brothers, young Dennis and John, as they trip through the heather, wild hares to pursue. Their joys they did mingle in the May morning dew.
My soul was an old horse, offered for sale in 20 fairs. I offered him to the church. The buyers were little men who feared his unusual airs. One said, "Let him remain unbid in the wind and rain and hunger of sin, and we will get him with the winkers thrown in for nothing." Then the men of state looked at what I brought for sale. One minister, wondering if another horse body would fit the tail that he had kept for sentiment, the relic of his own soul, said, I will graze him in lieu of his labour. I lent him for a week or more, and he came back, a hurdle of bones, starved, overworked, in despair. I nursed him on the roadside grass to shape him for another fare. I lowered my price. I stood him where the broken-winded, spavined stand, and crooked shopkeepers said that he might do a season on the land, but not for high-paid work, in towns. He'd do a tinker, possibly. I begged. Oh, make some offer now. A soul is a poor man's tragedy. He'll draw your dungiest cart, I said. Show you shortcuts to mass. Teach weather lore. At night collect bad debts from poor men's grass. And they would not. Where the tinkers quarrel, I went down with my horse, my soul. I cried, who will bid me half a crown? From their rowdy bargaining, not one turned. Soul, I prayed, I have hawked you through the world of church and state and meanest trade. But this evening, halter off. Never again will it go on. On the south side of ditches, there is grazing of the sun. No more haggling with the world. As I said these words, he grew, wings upon his back. Now I may ride him, every land my imagination knew.
was delighted to get a telephone call the other day from Eve Parnell and to learn that there are plans to set up an Irish cultural organism here in Italy. Io mi chiamo Patricia Brennan e ho vissuto gran parte della mia vita in Italia. Nel 2014 ho fondato un'associazione culturale che si chiama In Connection e che è stata attiva in tutti i campi culturali, sia nazionale che internazionale. During this period, I organized 2 3-day Irish festivals celebrating music, literature, art, history, and cinema. From this experience, I can say that we really need a central focal point qui in Italia per la cultura irlandese. And I can hardly believe that it is really going to happen. And I'm thrilled and honored to participate in this venture.
Hello, Steve Cooney here saying hello to you all at Oris Italia from the northwest of Ireland here at Teelan in Donegal. I'm wishing you all the very best at Oris Italia, and there's great correspondences between the Italian musicians and the Irish musicians. I think there always has been. I don't think we would have had the Irish jig without the Italian influence, when we just think of the Italian mode of speech and the tarantellas, for example. And historically, of course, there's a big influence by the likes of Geminiani and Vivaldi on Turlough Carolyn. There's known to have been correspondences between them. So the Italian influence has seeped into the Irish tradition, there's no doubt at all. So I wish you all the very best and hope one day to meet you all in person. All the very best to Oris Italia. Gnairi Gagalliv.
Brian Valley here, sending a message of good wishes for fantastic venture you're undertaking in Rome, the Irish Culture Centre, and I'm speaking on behalf of all the members of the Armagh Pipers Club, and looking forward to visiting you in the future and hoping to see you back in Ireland at some stage.
Buonasera, Conan Creedon here, just from Cork, just dropping in to say best success to Oris Éireann in Rome. As it turns out, I've only been to Rome once in my life, and that was 19 years ago. I was there, as it turns out, for the launch of this book. It was translated by Dr. Fiorenzo Fantaccini in Florence University, but it was launched in Rome, and it was launched by Edward Small, the ambassador at the time in the Irish Embassy. And I must say, what a wonderful way to enter any city or culture. Really memorable night, and great fun was had by all. And hopefully the next time I'm in Rome, I'll be visiting the Oris Éireann. So in the meantime, Oris Éireann Abu.
Mi chiamo Daniele Bicego, sono nato a Milano e suono musica irlandese dal 98-99 più o meno, per cui sono 20 anni, poco più di 20 anni. La Uilleann Pipes, che è lo strumento che ho scelto, è uno strumento complicatissimo, sia da suonare sia da costruire, e ci sono veramente tantissime parti e un altissimo grado di precisione. Ecco, in quel caso in particolare il motivo per cui ho cominciato a costruirle è stato che io desideravo farmi uno strumento proprio con le mie specifiche, cioè esattamente come io lo volevo, senza dover demandare questo lavoro a un altro costruttore.
Hello. I'd like to wish everybody involved in the online launch of the Casa della Cultura Irlandese all the very best. It sounds like a great new project for what will hopefully be a great new year. So, in bocca al lupo a tutti.
On behalf of the Irish Club of Rome, I would like to wish everyone involved with the Casa della Cultura Irlandese the best of luck for the future. We look forward to working together to build this new home for Irish culture in the heart of Rome.
Bentrovati, sono Susanna Pellis, direttore artistico dell'Irish Film festival annuale interamente dedicato al cinema irlandese che si svolge ormai da 14 anni alla Casa del Cinema di Roma. Questo alle mie spalle è il nostro primo manifesto del 2007. Ogni anno noi portiamo in Italia film, lungometraggi, film documentari, cortometraggi e serie TV di produzione irlandese, organizzando anche incontri, dibattiti, interviste con gli attori e registi che ci vengono a trovare nelle giornate del festival. Abbiamo di recente avviato anche una piccola sezione letteraria e quindi abbiamo ospiti anche degli scrittori. Nel 2020, come molti festival, ovviamente abbiamo dovuto fare una pausa e ci siamo, diciamo così, accontentati di una piccola edizione online, tutta dedicata ai cortometraggi, che comunque è stata molto seguita, molto apprezzata. E quindi abbiamo pensato che anche per il lancio della Casa della Cultura Irlandese, alla quale collaboriamo con grande entusiasmo, fosse opportuno presentare un cortometraggio, uno dei corti che abbiamo portato in Italia in questi anni e ha vinto una delle nostre edizioni più recenti. Si intitola You're Not a Man at All, diretto da Patrick Conati, scritto e interpretato dall'attore e autore Seamus O'Rourke. Questo corto racconta in maniera amabile le segrete aspirazioni di un allevatore irlandese ed è un ottimo esempio di come di quanto il settore cortometraggi in Irlanda sia vivace, nonostante questo settore sia di solito piuttosto trascurato nelle altre cinematografie, ma soprattutto secondo me è un ottimo esempio di quello che è uno degli aspetti più caratteristici della cultura irlandese, e cioè l'incredibile talento degli attori, la loro straordinaria capacità di rendere emozionanti anche le storie più semplici. Mi auguro quindi che You're Not a Man at All vi piaccia e mi auguro soprattutto di poterci incontrare di persona presto, sia alla Casa del Cinema che alla Casa della Cultura Irlandese.
There are three lovely lassies in Banyan, 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 Banyan. There are three lovely lassies in Banyan, and I am the best of them all, and I am the best of them all. For me father has 40 white shillings, 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 shillings. Me father has 40.
My favourite season is autumn, and I just like it because there's so much change happening and leaves changing colour and leaves falling, and just there's a sense that you're kind of taking off the overcoat and getting into something new. When I was a young fella, I used to go out catching leaves, and I was only small, and Daddy would come out then and tell me to get into hell and do something useful, and he'd set me up sweeping the street or some job like that, but I still love autumn. The oldest one went to England when he was 16, him and Daddy didn't get on great, and then the second fella, he was good at the books, and he did his leaving, and I kind of I wasn't too pushed one way or the other, and I just ended up at the farm. And of course, farming's always easy when the weather's good, and it's idyllic, I suppose, when the sun is shining. But there's lots of hard work and lots of worry and lots of stuff like that. And there's also, of course, you're tied to it, and you can't do anything else when you're farming. That's it. You're stuck for life. We used to milk cows, and when Daddy died, I got rid of them, and I thought it'd free me up a bit, and it does a bit, but it only gives you a chance to go into the town. I'm not sure if you could say I had friends as such. There's one man up the road, Peter McManus, and he'd be an older man than me, but very decent and good neighbour, and I'd go visit him a good bit. He rambles on, but he'd be a good man. I'd have a few friends that I'd meet up with in the town, and we'd go for a drink and that, and on all we'd talk about it'd be cattle prices and whatever was going on in the town. I suppose if we had similar interests, that it'd be great, but you'd be half afraid if they knew what you were interested in. They mightn't be friends anymore. There's this competition to run in the locality for the last a long time now, called the Miss Ballina-Curry, and it's just a load of fellas dressing up as women, and this year they were getting short in numbers for fellas to enter it. I never entered it before, and I was asked, and of course the first thing I said was no, I wouldn't do it. And Peter, he always did it, but Peter got sick, so I kind of reluctantly entered the competition.
Had you ever worn a dress before?
I have worn dresses all my life, nearly. When I was a young fella, and I'd go into my mother and father's room, and I just, what children be doing, dressing up, and I never wanted to put on my father's clothes because he was always giving out, and so I'd put on my mother's clothes, and I just kind of liked the way they felt. So I was kind of always nipping in and out every now and again when there wouldn't be anyone about, and I'd just put on the dress and look at myself in the mirror, and it kind of changed me, and I liked the way it felt and the way I looked.
And how did you feel about doing the competition?
I was a bit worried about doing this in front of everyone and getting up on a stage, and you had to do this kind of miming act, and I was a bit worried about all that and what fellas would do, and the locals and the young fellas, and they'd be all, of course, laughing, and everyone thinks if you do something that's not normal, then you're not normal, and so I was worried about that. But when the competition started and I got all dressed up and put on the makeup, and I got a lovely dress, and I felt I was going to win it, to be honest.
The first time ever I saw your face, I thought the sun rose in your eyes. gives you gain to the dark and the endless skies, my love.
Sure, of course, the local chairman of the football club, he won it. He came on in a dress and carrying a hurley and thought he was great, and of course everyone voted for him, so that was a bit disappointing at the time. But at the same time it just felt great to be out there and doing my thing, and everybody cheering, and they weren't laughing, they were, you know, I could tell that there was lots of people that appreciated how I looked and what I was doing, so I got a great bit of confidence from that.
She told me she was married. She told me she had kids. She told me she's happy, so she's happy with her family. She said it would be a sin if I ever put it in, but that's not all she said. She said it's a sin, but honey, put it in. So I put it in.